Alright, so welcome back everybody to Minecraft, and welcome back to my zoo. So it is finally done. I have completed the zoo. The zoo is completely done, and it's awesome. It's humongous. Now, if I was to show you guys my entire zoo, it would probably take over an hour to show you everything that this zoo has to offer. So instead, we're going to focus on the animals that you didn't see in the last two videos. We're going to make that the primary focus of this video, showing you the animals that you didn't get to see, obviously, in the last two videos, because obviously the zoo wasn't completed in the last two videos. So if you want to see all of the animals, don't forget to make sure you watch the first two videos as well, so that way you can see the zoo, at least see all the animals in the zoo. If we have time, we'll take a brief tour around the zoo just to kind of show you how it looks in its completed state. But without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at what I have finished, what I've added to this zoo. Okay, so, man, this was such a fun project. So many different animals, so many different species of animals. So, anyways, so let's head on down, first of all, to the brand new and final building of the zoo. Now, I did add some signs to the buildings so you can kind of determine which building you're going into. I didn't come up with any fancy names, but I was trying to focus on animals in certain parts of the world. So the animals that you might find in here would be from the Middle East and Africa. Now, that doesn't mean all of the animals are in there that are from Middle East and Africa, but that's the primary focus of that building, is to show off those kind of species of animals. Or at least what this Minecraft map has to offer, obviously. And then over here we have the second building, which is the New World animals. So that building will focus on New World animals, meaning animals from North, Central, and South America are the primary focus of, and the islands that are around the Americas as well. That's the primary focus of the second building. And then here is the third building. Now, this is the staff entrance, okay, and this building is so big, you cannot access, the zoo staff cannot access every single animal from this one hallway. So there are other doors that say staff only throughout this building for certain species of animals because, like I said, this building is just massive. So, this is the last building. So the animals that are in this building focus around Asia, Australia, coastal areas, like, for instance, the ocean, maybe, and islands as well. So those are the kinds of animals that we kind of hope to see in this building. Now, there might be one that doesn't quite fit that criteria, maybe, but more or less, it should all fit that criteria. So let's head on inside. And obviously, it's got two sets of doors, and obviously, before you even head upstairs, there's going to be a species of animal to take a look at. And so this one is called an ocarito kiwi. And so there they are, right there. Nice little exhibit for them. Obviously, they're not humongous birds either, so it's a nice habitat for them and a nice exhibit for them. I liked this design for them. I really liked it, so it's a good exhibit for them. And they seem to be pretty happy with it. Plenty of space for them. Okay, so let's move on, because there's so many more animals to see. So if one thing to note before continuing, this building is almost like a maze. So if you're not careful, you'll get lost for sure. So make sure to keep an eye on your kids so you don't lose them when entering this part of the building. Or should I say, entering this building, period. Now, maybe I'll add some benches here at some point, but for now, it's okay. So the first animal up here you'll see is a vaquita. And you may or may not see them There's one there moving around, and there's a few of them not moving around. Oop, there it is. It's coming closer. See? It's like a, it's kind of like a river dolphin almost, you know? And anyways, this is just one of the angles that you can see them. So if you can't get a good look at them from up here, there's another area you can see them at. And we'll see them later if you can't see them very well here. So let's move on. Okay, so now you'll notice that now it's going into two different directions. And so the correct direction would be to actually go this way. And do you see any animals? Oh, there's some over there. There's a couple of them over there. What about up here? Oh, you can see them a little bit better. Oh, and they're flying around down there. Some of them are. Yep, so I was hoping they would fly up here a little bit better, but they just don't fly very high. Anyways, this is the Guam Kingfisher. So, obviously Guam is an island, right? So it makes sense that they would be in this building for sure. So, but yeah, they're tiny, and obviously they like that spot for some reason. But, oh well. What are you going to do? Try to make a nice exhibit for them, and they don't quite utilize it as much as I was hoping for. Oh well. Let's move on. Okay, so then we go this direction. And the next enclosure is the Tapanuli orangutan. Yeah, they climb quite a bit, these orangutans. And they also have two areas you can view them at. So this is just the first area that you can view them walking around. So, oh, here he comes. And there he goes. So, pretty nice exhibit for them. They like to climb for sure. And there's quite a few areas where they can climb, that's for sure. For sure. So, nice exhibit for them, I think. I'm very happy with that exhibit. Now, the next way you would go is actually you'd come down here next. And this way you could try to see them from this bottom area here. So if you can't see them as well from up there, you can come down here and see if you can see them better for the orangutans. And you can see them pretty nice from this angle as well, so it worked out well. Nice exhibit for them, for sure. Very happy with this exhibit. But that's not the only thing down here. Besides, there's also these guys here, the dugons. So they're obviously more of a coastal, right? Yes, they're obviously in the ocean, for sure. So that's why their exhibit looks completely different in terrain, tile, block-wise, for instance, and stuff like that. So obviously this is for the a fairly nice exhibit for the dugons. Although they don't like swim as much as I was hoping for, you know. I was hoping they would actually swim up and down here and there, you know. But they prefer to just, you know, swim on the bottom for some reason. Oh well, it's a nice exhibit for them. Anyways, and it's fairly good size. So, for at least two of them anyway. Alright, let's move on. And obviously there's a nice little bench here. Alright, so then you would go this direction. And before going this way, you would actually come up here first. And what's up here, you may ask? Well, there are two species of birds up here. The first one is the cassowary. Related to the ostrich, highly dangerous. Highly dangerous. They have super sharp talons. They're known for their super fast kicks. So can you imagine if you were kicked 3 times in a second and it was a dagger-like talon, how much damage that would do to you? A whole lot. Which is why this is an exhibit that requires a special key to enter. It's one of those steel door enclosures, because they are just super dangerous. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean they're super dangerous in Minecraft, but I am not taking any chances with these birds. That is for sure. Another reason why they call them a velociraptor of the rainforest. Really. For sure, very dangerous. But at least they are very beautiful to look at nonetheless. And obviously they don't fly either. So, flightless bird just like the ostrich. Let's move on. Then around this corner here, we have the cockatoo. A species of parrot. And this is a fairly nice enclosure for them as well. So there's a few of them in here. Oh, there's the others. They're all back there. See? There they are. Fairly nice enclosure for them. Very, very, very nice. Then over here is a staff-only entrance. So if you're a zookeeper, you would come over here to take care of both the cockapoo and the cassowary. But since the cassowary is technically off limits anyways, there's no need to really go behind the scenes over here, at least. And you can see these cockapoos pretty nicely, pretty easily. So, look how close that is. So, very nice enclosure for them indeed. So let's move on. So back around, and then back down the stairs, and then we'll go in this direction here. Yeah, I probably should put up a sign that says go this way or go that way or whatnot, but then again, you might still get confused. So here's the other angle of the dugong enclosure. So you oh, there he goes. He just swam upwards. He did. He's swimming upwards. I didn't think they were going to do that. Anyways, he swam upwards a little bit. But anyways, so this is the second angle, so you can get another look at them if you didn't get a good look at them from down there. And then you would go this direction, and obviously you'll see a staff-only sign once again. So this is for the dugong. And because of the possibility of drowning, because it's such a big pool, it's another one of those exhibits that have a steel door on it, so you're not going to be getting in with it. Okay, now we have the Vaquita here, and looks like they're all just kind of... Oh, there's one moving around, swimming a little bit. So this is the second angle for the Vaquita. Now, I maybe perhaps made the exhibit too big. It's not like that you really necessarily need it, but I just wanted to make it look more natural since they live in rivers, you know? Try to make it look like it was a natural habitat and they just happened to be in the river. But I think it's okay as is. I just wish they didn't like sit in the dirt, in the mud there for so long in some spots. But some of them are actually moving around, so that's inspiring that you can get a better look at them here. For sure. You can definitely get a better look at them from this angle for sure. So I'm really happy with at least the second viewing area of the Vaquita enclosure. Or I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. So let's move on. And then, well, up here you'll notice there's another staff-only sign. It's for this animal enclosure right here. The large-toothed sawfish. And he is ginormous. When I made the exhibit, I didn't think he was going to be that big, honestly. When I think of sawfish, I think of something small, honestly. Did not realize he was going to be so big. But you make do with what you have, space-wise, and that was the biggest I could come up with without making it look really weird, for sure. This is also like thick glass. It's like 3 blocks thick, just because of how massive he is. I thought he was gonna saw right through the glass. Anyways, so yeah, that's the sawfish enclosure and the sawfish himself. Just one, because he is massive. And then obviously this is the staff-only entrance to the sawfish. Nothing really special in there either, so there's nothing really to see, really. So let's move on. Okay, so we came this direction here. So now we go this way. And we'll go all the way over here to this enclosure. The Wandy-Woe tree kangaroo. And there's one right there. Ooh, he's right there. Oh, he's jumped down. But you saw him. Now, obviously, this is a very different enclosure, almost compared to the other ones. I put trees all the way around the enclosure, and then obviously connected all of them pretty much, so they'd have this humongous area up top that you could look at them from. And they do come up here a little bit. There he is. There they are. There they are. Now they're up here. Now they're up here. Look, see, they come up here. They come up here. They utilize this top section a little bit. They do. Come on over here. Get a closer look at them. Come on. Where about the other one? Oh, he jumped down. The other one's just in the corner. There he goes. Okay, maybe we'll get a better look at them from the other angle. Maybe. Okay, so let's head on in this direction here, which is actually going to finally send us downward to the first floor and to the first floor enclosure. Obviously, you can't see them as well as you can up there, unfortunately, unless they come right over to here. But oh well. You definitely saw them on the second floor for sure. So that was totally worth it. Okay, then over here we have more. We also have the platypus. This is the official last animal in this building. The platypus. And they have a fairly nice enclosure and quite a bit of areas to swim around in. They've got a separate pool back there to swim in, and then they've got this bigger one up front. So whichever they're more interested in swimming in, they've got it. And they definitely are really enjoying their pool for sure. They really like to swim. So that's the duckbill platypus, or the platypus. So nice enclosure for them as well. Very happy with this enclosure. I mean, I guess I could have added some grass to the grass, but oh well, it looks pretty nice. Okay, so now that is it for the building. That is it for the building. That's all of the animals in this building. Quite a few, for sure, but there's still more animals to see. So let's go see them. Okay, so we're back where we were basically ended the last video, because this was the exit or / entrance of the second building right here, and this was all wall here originally. So now, obviously, that's no longer the case. There's enclosures here now. So the first viewing area, the first animal you get to see out here is the Malayan tapir. Yes, tapirs. Did you know there's like 4 species of tapirs out there? And only one lives in Southeast Asia, and the rest live in Central and South America? That's a big contrast. That's a big distance for one species and 3 species, for sure. But yeah, this is the Malayan tapir, so very cool. Very cool species of animal. It's definitely one of my favorites, the tapir, that is. So, really cool. And they have a nice little exhibit, too. Might be nice if it was a little bit bigger, maybe, but it's okay in size. You know, I was literally almost out of space. Okay, so then you would come over here, and the next enclosure viewing area you can see is the Iberian lynx. I nearly forgot these animals were part of the pack. When I went to build the last few exhibits, I was thinking I was only going to build 3, and I completely forgot the lynx was in the game. So I was like, oh, do I even have enough space for the last 4 exhibits? And I just barely squeezed this one in. So, anyways, Iberian lynx. And they are dangerous, for sure. I do not want them to use me as a scratching post. So this is another one of those enclosures that's going to have that steel door that you can't go inside, obviously. Can't do it behind the scenes with these guys, necessarily. Okay, so that's it for the Iberian lynx. Let's move on. We got 2 more species of animals to take a look at still. And then you'll notice that we have a staff-only area and another staff-only area over here as well. Then we continue further, and we come to the last area, the last 2 enclosures. Let's start with the Sumatran rhino. And there he is. There should be another one here somewhere. Oh, it's over there. Oh, here's the guy. Here's the male. He's humongous. Humongous. I had to actually make the enclosure bigger because it was just too small as was. Because he's just ginormous. He's a giant. Anyways, this is a nice enclosure for them. I'm really happy with it, especially after I made it a little bit bigger in that direction. But Very cool exhibit for them. The Sumatran rhino. Very beautiful animal. Very cool. Very big. Alright, so the last animal. Let's move on and check out the last one. The Indo-Chinese tiger. Oh, did he just go over to the left? So there's like a section here that goes into his like... Oh, there he is. He's back. So you see, there's the tiger. The last animal in my zoo. Actually, he was not the last animal I put into my zoo. The Iberian lynx was actually the last animal I put into my zoo. But he was definitely one of the last ones to be put into my zoo for sure. So, awesome animal. The tiger. The Indo-Chinese tiger. And, you know, they like to take baths. They like the water, so I made sure to put their watering hole right in the middle of the enclosure. Or should I say his. I only have one in here, because, you know, they are technically solitary animals, so I just decided to have one tiger. So, and, anyways, he does tend to like swimming in his pool, that's for sure. So, anyways, so that's pretty much the whole zoo itself. So, I guess we can take a quick look at, maybe the behind the scenes of some of those animals from... here, let's do the behind the scenes of this side real quick. So, it's basically the same on the other side. It looks exactly like this, except it's got all the dangerous animals on that side. Not saying that the rhino isn't dangerous, but Minecraft is not dangerous. But, at least not this Minecraft pack, it's not dangerous. But, it's not going to try to eat you like the other animals on the other side of the zoo would. So, we won't go in with them, but that not with these guys anyways. But anyways, yeah, they have a nice enclosure, and they've got plenty of food. 3 different types I've put into their feeder. So, and it only actually kicks out one at a time. It looks like. But anyways, that's the rhino enclosure, and here's the Malayan tapir. You didn't see that. Okay, so here's the Malayan tapir. And so, you know, pretty nice enclosure for him. Pretty nice. Very cool animal. So that's the Malayan tapir. Behind the scenes. And it's basically going to look exactly the same for the predators on the other side. So, anyways, that's what the behind-the-scenes section looks like over there. Now, let's come over here, and let's see, do I want to go... Let's make this fast. Let's go through this building, save myself time. We'll just quickly go through here. You guys probably saw my last video, so you saw most of these animals in the last one, so... sloths. So yeah, we'll just kind of move through here fast so we can get to this side, because the other side takes a lot longer because it's a bigger building. Okay, so now we'll do the behind the scenes of the last building for these animals that you can access through here. So, over here, first of all, we have the Vaquita. So we'll go over here, and we go up, and then you can like push this button, and it'll give them some fish into their watering source, and then you can actually go into the enclosure from over here, obviously, and obviously see it looks a little bit okay. It looks fairly nice for sure, and they can swim through it pretty well. Only this top section does the current move, so they can get around fairly well because of that. It took some work doing that, though, getting it to be exactly like that. But yeah, that's their enclosure. We'll move on down fastly, because it's already a long video as is. Okay, so over here, this is the Ocarito Kiwi. And this is their indoor enclosure. Very cool. And that may not be something you can normally see, obviously, visitor side, but they have a little section over there as well. Okay, so that's it for them. Then over here we have a sort of like a kitchen, not as nice as the other building, but yeah, they got themselves a nice kitchen here. And then here's the tree kangaroo enclosure, so let's go and take a look at there. Oh, oof, oof. So we got a couple over here. 3 of them. They're all over here right now. And then obviously you'll have to go in through a certain way to get around, but yeah. This is their enclosure at the moment. So, but yeah, they do utilize the enclosure to its fullest, almost completely. They do get around fairly well, so I'm very happy with that. Very satisfied with the way their enclosure turned out. Okay, and then over here we have the platypus. Nice enclosure for him. And then in the other direction we have, let's see here, what's over here? Oh yes, so the kingfishers are in here. So you have to come up here, up these stairs to get to their enclosure though. Okay, now they're starting to fly around a little bit more. That's reassuring. They're all just kind of sitting under this branch for the longest time, but they're actually moving around. See, now you can see them a little bit better too. Very nice. So the Guam Kingfisher, these are them. And then the last one at this angle is the Orangutan. Now they're an ape. They're pretty powerful animals. So we won't go in with them, but this is their area here. And yeah, that's pretty much everything to show you guys. So, like I said, if you haven't seen my entire zoo, don't forget to watch the other 2 videos so you can see, all the animals that weren't in this video, obviously. We'll take a quick look around, as in we'll kind of just walk through the whole zoo here very fast. But yeah, this is my zoo. All completed, all done. So, very happy with the way my zoo turned out. Very, very happy, very satisfied. It's an awesome zoo for sure. Gotta love it. So, thank you guys for watching. And I'll see you guys again next time. Alright? Thank you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave a like if you guys liked my zoo. See you guys again next time.